had the privilege of doing a literary agent Q&A at the Jericho Festival of Writing. Here is the most important things that I learned. First of all, the odds are not in our favour. The literary agent said that she receives, say, 4,000 manuscripts. Out of those 4,000, she will only request to see the full manuscript of 20 of them. And out of those 20, she will actually only choose to represent about 2 of them. And to make matters worse, even if she does choose to represent you, there is a, say, 50% chance that she can't find you a publisher that wants to publish your book. And so the moral of the story is the odds are not in our favor. You just got to keep pumping out those query letters and, accept the fact that there's going to be rejections. The second thing I learned is that the annual author income on average is £7,000, which is just the most tragic thing I have heard in my entire life. I cannot think of a less lucrative profession, which is why I guess all authors have to do something else on the side as well. The next question I asked was, do you need a social following if you want to be an author? And the answer was no, actually. So Twitter is good and helpful, it can help, but ultimately when I asked her, she said, if you haven't got 100,000 followers, then honestly, I don't really care. And it was actually even more important for non-fiction than fiction. If it's fiction, then even 100,000 followers, it's like it doesn't really change much for them when they're looking at you as a candidate. If you're self-publishing, however, I think that the story might be a little bit different. The next question was a really interesting one. Is there a best time of the year to query? Because most people will say you do not want to query in January. You should query in the summer because it's very busy around January time and it's very quiet in the summer. However, the agent said that it does not actually change, right? Whereas that may be true. It may be a bit busier in January and, a bit slower in summer. All that means really is that, it may take longer to get a response to you. It doesn't affect your odds though, they said. The next question that we asked was, do all of the manuscripts that get sent over to them actually get read? And unfortunately, the answer is no. They do have to because they get so many coming in, they have to screen them. And if you've not adhered to, say, one of the rules, or if they read your pitch and they're not the biggest fan, they know they can't represent it, they probably won't read your first 3 chapters. So not everyone is actually going to read your full submission package, unfortunately. The next question asked was, what is the biggest mistake that you can make when querying? And the answer was, if you leave your synopsis, on a cliffhanger, that is just mistake, get out, because you're not supposed to keep them in suspense. The synopsis is telling them everything that happens. They want to know how the story ends if they're going to consider you. So make sure that that is included in your synopsis. That concludes all of the important information that I learned at the Jericho Writers Festival and the literary Q&A. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about what I've learned, comment it down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. See you next time.